So Wale stands up to Ebro and his outdated thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we're all familiar with Ebro, Hot 97, Wale. Y'all get it.
Yep.
That's neither here nor there. So in a recent interview with Hot 97, Wale called out Ebro on air for his initial dismissal of Lil Uzi Vert's rockstar status. Old interview a couple years ago. So this conversation, we're going to play a video where Wale is talking to Ebro about his stance on Lil Uzi's rockstar take, and then we'll discuss after that.
He said he was going to be a rock star, and I said, we're going to decide that.
He is.
He still ain't sold out no stadium.
I mean, rock stars don't need to sell out a stadium.
They do.
What about
you ain't a star?
No, rock star is a rock star.
Says who?
The culture.
Nah.
Yeah.
No.
Don't he got
I
like
disagree.
Don't he got like 2 diamond singles?
Okay, 2 singles. Where them albums?
I'm
What
just
we doing
saying,
with
2
these
diamond
albums?
singles, bro. That's
Y'all
a rock-
be lowering the
and
bar.
And no, so it's his influence too. That makes you a rock star, and his influence is, is undeniable.
So he's a rock star.
Yeah, it's like a subgenre of hip hop, but like it's still evolving. It's not, you know what I'm saying? But you know the genre. Whatever it say, right under a little circle on Apple, similar to
No, it says hip hop
to
rap. It says hip hop rap.
But
That's what it
all
says.
the people that they say compare whatever the thing is, that's the genre.
So with Wale seemingly coming to his defense, and that's Uzi's defense, how do you guys feel about what Wale said about his points about the rock star status and also subgenres in hip hop?
If you're a rapper, or supposedly a rapper, and you're at the top of your game, why would you want to be a rock star? That's almost a downgrade. In this day and age, I'm sorry it is. There are, unless you're talking about you're like the Rolling Stones or the Beatles, or maybe you're taking it to the 80s and you're Guns N' Roses and Warrant, whoever. But like, if you are at the top of your game as a rapper, you should. There are people who do rock that would love to be rap stars because they're the one. Rappers are the ones in the large spaces right now. You can take whatever you want from the fact that, like, okay, there's not a chart dominance, but there's still a cultural dominance that is undeniable. So I always thought that was a cop out I never liked when rappers say, "Oh yeah, we rock star status." I was like, why would you want to be rock star status? And when hip hop status has got you in a Bentley, got you in off the beach in Santorini, Greece, and you getting it like, for real.
It's almost like
but you want to be like these rock stars playing in CBGBs or the Viper Room. I know those are really kind of dated references. I'm sorry, but like, here it is. Like, you're at the top of the world being in hip hop, but you still have. I think when they say that, it's almost like, hey, it's almost a way to break into white validation, and I don't like that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's because of the historic nature of what rock.
It's like,
meant.
rock is this because this is I'm on the same level as these white people who have been at the top of their game. But if you're talking about what's going on right now, what's so bad about being about hip hop star or rap star status,
man?
You guys kind of talked about it last week about Outkast and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame a little bit, right? It was just like, it's great that they get that stamp and like well-deserved, and is it really indicative of their place within the culture because it's rock, not necessarily hip-hop or rap?
Yeah.
I think I took that.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah.
I don't know. Big X the Plug recently said something too about he doesn't want to be just looked at as like an artist or like a rapper. He wants to be like a well-rounded artist and all this stuff. But it was, in the sense, it was kind of like downplaying just being a good rapper or whatever that is too. So that kind of goes into what you're saying, Jay, as well.
Yeah, I felt a certain type of way about that talk in general for a long time now. Like, you're using the vehicle of hip hop and rap to get on, and then you want to be classified as this rock star or
something else.
Or remember the phrase, "I'm not a rapper."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you're rapping. So you're a rapper. So I kind of see it. I understand what Wale is saying. If this man decides that he's rock star status, then let him be rock star status. But in the same token, don't shit on the culture that you're really a part of. You are part of hip hop. You are part of rap. You are part of that culture. Stop trying to be something that you're not. Like, if you want to identify with it musically, if you want to touch on certain genres, things of that nature, that's different. What's his name? Run DMC used to say that they were the king of rock, but you still knew that they didn't mean the king of rock like that. they did a song with Aerosmith, but it was always rap. It was always hip hop based. It wasn't I'm the king of rock like that. They weren't trying to be Aerosmith. They weren't trying to be Metallica. They were trying to be them.
Oh, what about this though? Because one of his biggest records is like a Jersey club record, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had nothing to do with rock.
Yeah.
But it has nothing. Is Jersey club really hip hop either though? You know what I mean?
Well,
like he's
I mean,
he's not really rapping.
Yeah.
Jersey Club is could be considered hip hop because I mean there's no pop connotations there. It was kind of derived from hip hop. It's one of those. All right, so like even the
Wasn't it it was from Baltimore dance music, right?
Yeah. But I mean
you could say it's black culture.
you definitely can say it's black.
You know
culture.
what I mean? But as opposed to like the popularized rock star status, which is that when people say rock star status, we're not talking about like the roots of rock and roll. We're talking about like what became famous.
Nah, in real talk, they should be saying pop star status and addressing Michael Jackson because he's the biggest star of all time. But like when we talk about, I don't understand why people always want to distance themselves once they get on,
right?
Especially when you're a part of that culture. You came up, you were writing raps, you were, you know what I'm saying, you were doing your thing to be in the rap lane, and then when you get on, you switch it up. So I mean, I understand what Ebro is saying, and I understand what Wale is saying. But in the same token, I've never stood or understood why people don't want to be classified as a rap artist.
I mean, we've seen this before. I mean, taking it back to the 90s when MC Hammer came out and sold all those records when it was time to do, you know, Too Legit to Quit. He only wanted to be known as Hammer because he saw himself as an entertainer and he was more than rap. But then when, you know, that album didn't recoup, and it was time to go back and be the Funky Headhunter, he wanted to be MC Hammer again.
Yeah.
You know, and that's, you know, people, if there's, you know, we've talked about Hammer 2 weeks in a row. It's kind of crazy. But these are the things that kind of like, these are the mistakes people should have learned from. But of course, like everybody lives so much in the now that, you know, they didn't see it.
Once you get on, don't distance yourself from the genre that put you on, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
I think also too, being a rapper in general, you can feel certain eyes on you as being less than.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's
and
when I talk about the
I'm
whiteness.
talking about this from experience. You know,
Yeah.
like you can tell, like when you have conversations with people and you tell them what you do or the thing that you're doing, there's like levels deep of the just kind of like society bashing you on the head, like you're not. Why are you doing that? Or, you know, it's like, and even from a genre standpoint, it's looked at like as the lowest form of like art,
right,
and music.
Why is that?
Because it's dominated by black people. Let's just be real.
Yeah, but I also think it's probably to like, if I'm going to throw any bones or throw anything into this argument, right? The white devil's advocate here. If I'm going to do that, I would say popularized music and a lot of the popular rap music, if you will, has become extremely simplistic and extremely basic.
I agree.
And so it even makes it a more easy target on top of it as well. Like, so like if it was already an easy target, now it's even an easier target to, you know, have to defend, I guess, if you will. And if you're somebody who's like, well, I want to be respected, I can see how somebody can look at this and be like, well, you know, this is the respectable path for me where people will look at me with respect if I'm this as opposed to just this over here. So
Uzi's most popular song has the least amount of words than everything he's ever put out.
Yeah.
So
that's the I Want to Rock Right Now song?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which isn't even hip hop.
He does his dance.
I mean, Lil Nas X's biggest record is a country record, kind of, right?
Yeah. No, not even close. Yeah, it's the biggest record.
People will still put him in that category.
In the category.
That's facts. That's facts.
Yeah, man.
I don't know. So back to this whole thing. I don't know, you know, I do feel like Ebro's being a little old man here.
Yeah, I can see the old man point, but yeah,
it's why even argue about this? I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
At the end of the day.
he actually said later on in the interview, he's like, okay, so Uzi's a rock star. I was wrong. Clip it, cut it. All y'all use it for content. I was wrong. So kind of a half-assed, succession, if
He's
you will.
not-
But it was
yeah.
like, okay.
He don't really feel like that.
But if you watch the initial interview, how he grilled Uzi on the initial interview,
Yeah, I remember that.
you can see that he really was trying to expose young fella for that he couldn't rap, or they threw a beat on, they argued
that
about
what
the
it
type
was?
of beats. 100%, because they threw.
It's like, don't, I'm not. Was he the one?
Uzi was like, I'm a rock star, I don't rap over beats like that. That old hip hop
Was that him
shit.
or Kodak?
No, that was Kodak and Uzi, if I'm not
Okay.
mistaken. They both had the same sentiments, if you will. So,
But why would you put like shook ones on for either of those people?
Yeah, that
I
doesn't make any
I
sense.
don't know if that's what they put
Yeah.
on, but I'm just thinking
but
like
but
they
my-
don't know.
but
You gotta
my-
read the room.
But my thing is,
I don't want
if
them
you
even
do
freestyling.
if you do something like that, you're not oblivious to who these artists are before they get here.
Yeah.
So to me, that's you trying to sun him and be like,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
let me see if you can really rap, knowing he doesn't do that. I don't think that's fair.
Yeah.
Like you trying to expose him at that
It was
point.
like
I think-
gotcha journalism.
There
pretty
we
much.
go.
Yeah.
I think Wale was kind of coming to his defense, like, I see what you try to do, but young fella out here, like he's out here, and here's why.
Yeah.
You
Was
see
trying
what
to
I'm
like
saying?
dim his shine. Like I kind of took it as you could kind of take the genre qualifier off of it, and Wale was defending him as like a popular artist, as a star, quote
Even
unquote.
better. Even better.
But Ebro was saying no because he's only had singles that
Mm.
were
Yeah.
platinum or whatever.
Think about how
diamond.
that sounds from an older gatekeeper standpoint. He
Sure.
says, what about them albums?
Well, I think
Who cares
50
about-
Cent talks about it all the time. Talks about how it used to be the physical record
Yeah.
sales, and like that's how you knew who was big, and like that's how he ran his whole operation with G Unit. But now it's different because streaming has made it so.
Think about albums versus playlists. We hear records now, it's like, yeah, I can pluck this one, I'll pluck this one, and I'll make a playlist. Versus actually, when we were coming up, we had to fall in love with those records. Ebro is coming, to me, is coming from that standpoint. What about them albums? I mean, these
I
kids
think
really
it's-
care about the albums.
I
To
think,
me,
I
mean, these
I think
kids
it's just the
actually care
wrong
about it.
conversation. Like it's
yeah.
just like they're two different things happening at the
Yeah.
same time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
like I understand where Ebro's coming from, but it's like not in the right context.
Okay, fair enough.
You
Well,
know?
and if he came back on and said he's a star or whatever, and like admitted it,
Yeah, he
at the
acknowledged it
end.
at the end. He did. He gave him his props.
Now
But
you're just choosing definitions. It's like
Yeah.
like yeah.
I think he looked rather old when he talked about what about them albums. That's
Right.
something I would have said when I was a kid. What the album sound like?
You still sound
No,
like that.
you say that right
I
now.
know. Well, actually, I do.
Yeah.
I do. I always enjoy when somebody can put an album together. So pardon me.
Wale should have been talking about his album though, which just dropped this past Friday.
Listen to a couple records. It was cold from what I
It's-
heard.
it sounds pretty
No,
good.
you got some cuts.
I heard.
Shout out to Byron. He called him the male version of Summer Walker.
Dang.
It is
Shout
very
out,
interesting.
shout out to Brother to the Night
It's
for that
very
one.
interesting because they both dropped albums on the same day.
He said that.
He did.
Shout out to the Brother to the Night.
I don't know Wale's music that much.
He's
I've
very,
never been a Wale fan.
very talented.
Really? Yeah.
Pen game is crazy.
I mean, I know who he is. I'm
No,
just
I know
saying.
you know him. I ain't saying you don't know him. I know that. You know it. But I'm just talking about as it relates to his projects, and Wale is nice.
Style influencer.
Yeah, he's
Remember when he got in his feelings because Kai Cenat,
Didn't know who he was.
Yeah.
Kai Cenat's one of the biggest, whatever you want to call it, in the world. So his ego was hurt when he said that.
Hey,
No,
shout
I-
out to him too for
Yeah.
putting on Tierra Thomas, which has been
I was going to mention that too.
making a tear in the music business. Like she ain't out here as a solo artist,
Yeah.
but as a writer, she's been killing it.
Yeah, a lot of stuff for her.
Yeah,
It's just crazy. Shout
she
out
got
to,
Grammys.
Yeah, shout out to her. I remember. Wish I still had the poster where it was. She was at
Jazz Kitchen.
The Jazz Kitchen. Was like Tierra Thomas, hosted by Jay Moore. And I
Yeah,
wish I had that.
We-
still.
we
they
got-
got it in the
You need one of-
academics
you
in the
need that.
bathroom.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
it's in our
yeah.
bathroom.
Yeah.
It's what's funny about that? We almost got. She was almost on Tony Sticks and I's album.
Yeah,
Yo, that's
she
crazy.
She was going to be on. I think shouts to Alpha. I think Alpha was on that record. So I produced it, and then Tony rapped on it. Alpha was on it. Or he goes by his actual the gentleman Alphonse. I don't know if,
Yeah.
anymore, but like, and it was going to be Tierra Thomas, but she happened to be like in Cali or something at the time. And so we were just moving through it. So I ended up putting a verse on it, but
Put some respect
She was-
to my man Lone's
she was
name,
almost
man.
on the project.
Mm.
Lone,
Shout
but
her
in,
out, though.
Lone, but in them
Yeah.
crates.
Never met her.
Stop playing with
No, I've never met her. But she seems cool. So
Yeah.
super talented. This is right around the time. I think it was like right before Bad dropped.
Mm-hmm.
with Wale, which was
Yeah.
that record.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
the one that like pushed her over, and it was like, oh, she's gonna be the one from Indianapolis that
Yeah.
you know,
When you talk about,
and
you
she
know,
can rap too.
Nah,
Like
yeah.
she can rap.
No,